Hello everyone. Today we are going to be talking about the near future in English. Now this is a relatively simple tense to form, and when it comes to the meanings, there are some details that you need to consider. We often compare this tense to the simple future will, but there are key differences, and I'm actually going to leave a link in the description so that you can watch that video and make comparisons, okay? The near future. What is it? This is another way we can talk about the future in English, right? In terms of its formation, it has three components. The verb to be, which will be in the present tense, going to, and the infinitive form of the main verb, okay, or the base form. So, I am, you are, he, she, it is, we are, they are, you are, okay? That would be the conjugation of the verb, the present simple conjugation of the verb to be. Then we have going to, and then the infinitive of the verb, okay? For example, I am going to sing, okay? He is going to work on his project. All right, so the present simple of the verb to be, going to, and then the infinitive of the verb. That is the formation. That is the structure, okay? So we can easily identify this tense by the structure going to. That will be the near future marker. Just like how in the simple future we have will, going to will be the marker of this tense. All right. Now, how do we use it? Now, when we look at these scenarios, we're going to be able to highlight the differences between the near future and the simple future, okay? So one, prior plans. I am going to visit Colombia this summer. When I say prior plans, I'm talking about a plan that was made in the past, long before the present time, right? So I am going to visit Colombia this summer. That could have been decided upon years ago, okay? But the point is, it was decided upon before the current point, before this current point in time. All right, and this is where we see the first difference between the two tenses, because the future simple, with the future simple, we would use it for plans as well, but those plans are spontaneous, right? They are not pre-planned, so to speak. They just occur in the moment. So if I say, I will visit Colombia this summer, I did not plan that in the past, but maybe in the moment of speaking, I decided that that is what in the moment of speaking, that's what I decide that I will do. Okay, so that was not anything that was, as we would say, not premeditated, but it was not pre-planned. It was just a spontaneous decision in that moment or at that moment. Okay? Yeah. Same thing here. Mark is going to retire next year. Mark had already decided when he was going to retire. Yep. And he did not make that decision right then and there. That was something that was arranged before. Right? So if I say Mark will retire next year, again, that plan would have been made at that moment in time. So that's the first difference that we see between the two. When it comes to plans, the near future is going to be used for prior plans, whereas the simple future is going to be used for spontaneous plans. Okay? Good. 2. Something which is about to occur or anything imminent. The children are going to cry. So that means that the children crying, or the children are, when it says the children are going to cry, that means that that is going to happen anytime now, right? So we could even add the adverb of time, any adverb of time like now, soon, you understand? But the idea is that this action will take place very shortly, right? Go inside. It is going to rain. So if you hear this, then we know for sure this is something that is coming. All right? The rain is on its way. All right? So with this usage, we see that this is the most literal sense of the word or of the expression near future, because this talks about something that is about to happen, which means that it is going to happen in the near future, right? So anything that is imminent or about to happen, we use the near future. And 3, certainties based on evidence. We could call this a prediction as well. Anytime we want to make a prediction, right, and this prediction is going to be based on evidence, we use the near future. If we want to make a general prediction, but we do not have evidence, and it's just what we think will happen, then we use the simple future. But if we have evidence, we use the near future. So this is another way that we can compare the two tenses, okay? Michael is reading a book. Therefore, he is going to sleep soon. So we see we have the evidence that he is reading a book, and our prediction is that he is going to sleep soon. So why would we have that prediction? Why would we have that opinion? We have that opinion because Michael probably has an established routine of reading a book before he goes to sleep. So we concluded that because he was reading the book, that means he was about to go to sleep. Or because he is reading a book, he is going to sleep soon. So this is our evidence here. Now, if we did not have evidence and we just made a prediction, we would say he will go to sleep soon, or he will sleep soon, right? So we would use a simple future when we don't have evidence, okay? Similarly, they are cleaning the house. They are going to invite persons over. Once again, our evidence is here. They are cleaning the house. So we assume that they will invite persons over, right? But the thing is, even if you use will when you should use going to, in conversation you will be understood, but most persons are not going to care about using the correct one in a conversation, but sometimes if you use the wrong one, it can sound a bit awkward, if you understand what I mean, right? But now that you know the differences, or you know when to use which one, it's best to adhere to those rules, right? So yeah, prior plans, something which is about to happen, and certainties based on evidence, which we could also call predictions, right? All right, so this is the formation and the context. Now we're going to proceed to negation and questions. Okay, so we move on to negation. So to negate sentences, we place not before going to. Okay, so we are going to win. That is a positive sentence or an affirmative sentence, and to negate it, we put not before going to. So we are not going to win. And I can also abbreviate this by saying we're going to win and we're not going to win. Okay, this movie is going to impress me. We can negate this by putting not before going. So this movie is not going to impress me. We can abbreviate it once again. This movie is, well, not in this case, right? But here we can abbreviate this by saying this movie isn't going to impress me. Yep. All right, questions. So to form questions, the following order is used. So we just change the order of an affirmative sentence if you want to create a question, right? We use to be, so we put the verb to be at the start, followed by the subject, followed by going to, and then the main verb, all right? So are we going to study tonight? The affirmative equivalent would be we are going to study tonight. So just realize that the order has been changed, right? Same thing over here. Is she going to take the test? She is going to take the test. But to flip it in, to turn it into a question, is she going to take the test? Yep. And if you want to make the sentence negative, we put not before going to. So, are we not going to study tonight? And is she not going to take the test? Simple, right? Yep. And finally, if we want to include other interrogatives, other interrogative words or other interrogatives, we put them at the start. All right? So, what are we going to do? How is he going to save money? Yeah, another example. When are they going to arrive? Right? Good. Very good. So this concludes our lesson on the near future. Thank you very much for watching and see you in the next one.